Pues.
1, 2, 3, ¿sí?
4. Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Todo bien? Soy Santiago.
Es en
estoy
inglés,
aquí con
joder.
Setcast.
Cojones.
El Setcast es un programa para todos nosotros. Podemos hablar con la Melissa. Melissa.
Come me home, I started left a glint of beardly broken hue. In the merry month of June, for the salute to Father dear. Come me home, I started left a
And we are back. Setcast is back. Let me change the camera here. Hi guys. Yeah, we're back here again. We know I am back. She is
For the first time.
here. She is for the first time here as well. Yeah, Melissa the coach. Mara the presenter.
Mara.
Mara, tell us more about your background, please.
Oh, well, okay. Nice to meet you guys, and it's very good to be here. Thank you very much for the invitation. This has been unspeakably awesome. Well, my background is basically I am graduated in psychology, and I worked with HR for about 10 years of my life. Then I moved to Ireland, and then I've done a bit of everything. Restaurant, shops, working with compliance at the moment, what is a very shitty work. So anyway, thank you very much for being here and for the opportunity to be talking to such amazing people. Today is going to be this amazing woman that is going to talk a lot of important things about even how people perceive themselves and of course about her career. Thanks, Santiago.
No problema. And we have some changes here. Like you are a change, of course, with feminine touch here because I mean, look at this place around, like wood everywhere. You know, like things that, look over there. Touch it. Touch the black thingy. Yeah. You see, it's not a place for children, okay? It's a place for grown-ups.
There's a teddy bear,
yeah, teddy bear, Cosa Nostra,
there's I know, plug there. Is it?
From Puglia,
Oh man, that's gonna hurt with the with the leaves and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
So basically,
you gotta cut this part.
Never. So basically, we're back in like the third season, and it's in English, fully in English. Presenting Brazilians that live here in Ireland, this Dungeon and Dragon place.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
We try to get out of here, but
it drags us back.
Yeah, she's talking about it earlier also. Yeah, and we are.
Well, you were dragged back as well. To
that was
Since we are here, guys, let's make it the most out of it. So we're gonna be bringing initially Brazilians to talk about what they're doing here in Ireland, how they achieve their goals, how they face their setbacks. Because this is Setcast, a place for setting your mind. You gotta set, bro. You gotta determine. That's it.
That's it.
And I know we all like are very irreverent people, but we talk about important things as well. So
yeah, we have
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. So keep it up, and you're gonna hear some good shit. But Melissa, very welcome. Thank you very much for your presence here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm delighted to be the first person invited to this new, the third.
It's a new set.
It's the first season, and that's the first episode.
Wow.
You're gonna be the first episode.
That's
first
so
episode
I'm really happy about that. Thank you so much.
First season in English, of course, but it's the third season of podcast.
Why did you change for English?
Why?
Yes.
It's simple. Because first we were talking to Brazilians.
Okay.
And we had to start somehow. We had to develop the skill of talking in front of cameras, not be shy anymore, being able to, like develop a conversation. Basically, we want to talk to Ireland now. More than fair, because we live here
we'll live here for 10 years, so come on, man. We gotta reach out to them.
Amazing, because I believe this is the first podcast in English, right, done by Brazilians, right? So I really think this is something that needs to be done, because we are here. We need to speak in English. We need to start showcase our success, our businesses, and expanding, right? Just not relying only on our amazing community, but we are in Ireland, so we should be telling the world what we do.
Even to do things beautifully and crazily as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are Brazilians, yeah. And today we're gonna talk about coach, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, 10 years ago, back in Brazil, people, they didn't know much about the word coach or neuro-linguistic programming. So we are here today to unravel this, to show that it's not this simple. Like, it's not that coach is not good and doesn't work. No, it depends on the professional. Like a mechanic. Mechanic is really hard to find over here, a good one, yeah. But
in Europe, I think.
Yeah.
It's very tough.
So
I almost went to Germany to do a mechanic course a while ago, and then I kind of gave up because this Dungeon and Dragon dragged me here.
I know. I don't know what's going on here. It's really like this country. I don't know.
There are so many portals and energetic portals in Ireland, and maybe
that's the thing. Yeah, you never know.
Yes, thank you. First of all, thank you for having me today here. It's been a pleasure to be here and speak about more about my journey, my challenge and things, and to be here with you in this project, coaching you. It will be a nice mission for me. It will be amazing. Really hope to get you guys where you want to go and help you in your path, basically, to achieve the goals you set up for this project. So I'm really happy to be part of this as well, in a way. My journey until here, basically, I'm living in Ireland for the past 15 years old. So
I don't know how, man. This is insane.
I don't know how.
15 years in this weather. Come on.
Well, I was a rebel. I escaped it for 4 years. I went to Barcelona. I had a period of breaking through it. Yes. But I came back.
Some sunlight.
I really like it. I'm a reincident here. You see?
Yeah, that's
really
even worse. That's even worse.
Yes.
I don't know what we're doing here, guys.
Yeah.
Well, I met you here. So things happen for a reason sometimes.
Yeah, I know. We know why we're here. Yeah.
So basically, in this journey of so many years here, one of the reasons why I decided to stay was because I really believe that the opportunities in Ireland about career-wise, right? Basically, my background is in hotel management. I did hotel management in Brazil. Yes, I finished in 2009, many years ago. We shouldn't say years because then we are saying how old we are.
Yeah,
that's not good. No.
I mean, no, we're not that young anymore.
Well, in our heads, we are always young.
That's true. Fifth grade.
Yeah,
always.
So basically, yes. So with the background I had in Brazil, like if I had stayed in Brazil, I probably wouldn't have done big changes or big career moves unless I would have studied something. So because I always wanted to go away from Brazil, because my family also is Spanish, so I always had some connection.
Yeah, you're not Brazilian. You were born in Spain.
No, I was born in Brazil.
Oh, okay.
But my 4 grandparents, they are Spanish.
Yeah.
So I was taught how to speak first in Spanish.
Yeah.
And then I learned my second language is Portuguese. So I'm that weird, I cannot be normal.
Really weird. Super weird. Welcome here.
Thank you.
We embrace you guys.
It's a safe space, right?
The kind of people we're looking for.
It's tailored for your needs, yeah.
Oh, amazing. I like that. You're being well coached.
See? Take notes of what the steps are for you to become a real coach. That's one of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, coaching the couch.
So basically, in this journey, like when I arrived in Ireland, I had different jobs as well. Like I was a barista, and then I went to, because of the language I spoke, I was able to transition into customer care, speaking in Portuguese, Spanish, and English. And then I was fortunate enough that I could change to sales. And then when I went into the sales path, then my career unfolded in a very nice way. I was in a company where they really sponsored a lot of coaching.
That's nice.
That was awesome. And they paid for the course and everything. So I did one year course of coaching back in 2016. And since then, this changed so much my life back then. And because it worked so well with me, I really felt passionate about that, because I said, if it can work with me, it can help anybody else. I see the power of the two. So I decided to keep studying coaching, neurolinguistic programmation, hypnotherapy, Reiki, systemic therapies, and I think that's it. Yeah.
Nice. That's a lot. That's a lot.
But I never applied. Like I was always applying it in my spare time, basically. because of course I had other goals in my life and I had to keep in the corporate space, so I was doing this as a spare thing or a side business. But this is my passion and what I really love doing, so now I'm doing this full time.
We should be working with our passions. That's
I think so. This is one of the secrets of life. Not that one.
Okay, sorry, I'm so sorry.
And what happened? Because like you worked in companies and you did make a career path and you were happy with it and you developed well, and then suddenly there's the fly here. What the fuck? Now you're working 100% with your company. So what was the kickoff so you could start and say, okay, I'm gonna start working with my company and I'm gonna focus on that. That's what I want to do. That's what I like doing. Because we had previous conversations and you said you do enjoy it.
Yes.
So I suppose that's kind of what the motivation is, but what is going on?
There are many reasons why it brought me. So I have been practicing coaching for the past 7 years, and because I really, really enjoy changing people's life or helping them to get what they want or bringing people perspective and purpose. So because the big problem of people is that sometimes they don't have clear goals or they don't know their purpose. Maybe they never did some discovery. They never stopped, because normally sometimes in Brazil we are so busy, we need to work, we need to, boom, life goes fast. So
and sometimes they don't understand their strength.
Exactly.
They don't
see their
even
value.
know what's going on.
So if you're low in confidence, you wouldn't see your strengths, you wouldn't perceive your value. So sometimes you need somebody from outside to give this perspective. And I really saw through by the 7 years that I'm working doing this, I see the power of making people just to adapt their mindset or change their internal thoughts, and how powerful is that. So most people know, everybody has skills that they don't see, and we are full of skills that sometimes if you just ask a powerful question or if you just change their perspective and they start to see that, this is really empowering. So my passion is really to give perspective to people and make them be able to dream.
But that's audacious, huh?
Because
that's bold.
Because I think that
that's nice.
Because if you know that sentence that says that if you can dream it, you can make it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But if you cannot even dream it because you don't think you are able, you don't think you are capable, you don't think that you can, how come you're gonna achieve? So you need to make people understand that they can do it.
Yeah, baby, you can do it.
So if they visualize, this is the first step of doing. Even like athletes, when they go to, for example, in the Olympics, right?
Yeah.
When people are running, like the jumping, doing the jumps, right? So they visualize that before they do the jump, they visualize they are doing it. So
I've heard so. Yeah.
So
what you can imagine, you can do.
Exactly, basically. But if you don't have the perspective, you don't think you can, so how come? So you are already putting yourself and giving yourself a no.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And I love that. People can dream.
Yeah. But like I see it in my own experience. That sometimes I wake up and I'm ready for crime. Sometimes I just don't know what to do. Do I brush my teeth? Do I go take a shower? I don't know.
This is called life.
You're lost. What the fuck am I doing here? Where is it?
What's my purpose in life? Flip flop. Something like that,
That's why. Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, go ahead.
I was saying that, if you have a clear purpose, if you know really clear what you want to achieve, when you feel like this, because we all feel at certain times and days, we are still human, right? We're not perfect and everybody has ups and downs. But if you have a clear goal, you might feel down one day, but next day you know why you're going to wake up, what you need to do, and you will keep doing. So it's normal to have a
focus. You need to have a goal because you need to focus. You need to look up to somewhere. You need to have your milestones in place, and you need to make sure that I failed here, and it's okay because I'm not perfect. I'm gonna fail. There's so many other things that are influencing, but I need to know what's gonna be what I want, and I think that's the most important thing. People need to actually want, because if they don't want things, they're never gonna work hard enough to get there.
But I have a theory about it, because since we are born in society, we learn that we have to take care of other people's lives. And in which way I'm saying that? Like, you learn that you have to go to school, you have to study, you have to have a set of skills in order to achieve like a job of your dream, as they sell you, to achieve other people's dreams, to work in other people's dreams. Yeah. So how do you convert this? Because if a person is like used already to like not to learn to make their own lives different, but to take care of somebody else's business, let's say, is there a way that coaching is positive somehow in bringing the person to do their own things for their own lives?
So basically, I really think that coach gives you clarity. So with the help of a coach, you can understand what are your thoughts, what are your own thoughts, and what people told you that should be good, that should be nice. So we can start
expectations.
Exactly, because since you go to school, or since we are born, we are with our parents, then we go to school, then we go to a soccer club. So we belong to different groups that sometimes we need to fit into certain stereotypes, and you need to be certain type of person just to fit in. And sometimes you're not even that person, or sometimes that's not even like something logic for you, but you use it to do something and you don't know even desire. So for example, the expectation of women to be mothers, for example, sometimes you don't even want, or you want, but you don't know if it's expectation of outside. So with coaching, you can kind of clarify and start addressing, so what is yours and what is others. Mm-hmm. So of course, maybe you need more sessions, depends on more than one session, right? Depending on the subject, but you can start addressing what are your own desires, what is your own will and goals, and start separate a little bit from what you were told, what is expected from you, and things like this. And when you have clarity, then you start to detach. So when you detach yourself a bit, you can start seeing inside. Dá uma balançada, não.
Yeah.
Makes
True.
sense.
So yeah.
But then again, it's very coach itself in Brazil.
I know.
The word coach is something that you have to be very careful with, because I myself, I always said I'm against coaches, and I am. But I have paid for coaches in Ireland. It was a disgrace, and we can talk about it later on if that's the case. But right now, I just wanted to ask you. I did for some reasons, of course, because it's something I don't really like. There's a lot of stories involved in moments of your life that sometimes you have to take any action, right? And sometimes you take desperate actions and you go to what you would call bad professionals, even though you know they're going to give you something good. But anyway, the thing is, the word coach, it is full of
prejudice,
I'd say, from Brazilians.
Yes.
How do you deal with that? Because this is your work. You're Brazilian.
Yes.
Your market is open, but of course you have a better reach to the Brazilian community.
Yeah.
And that's something that your area of work is something that can be perceived as weird by your main public so far because of the proximity. What do you think about it? What would you say about it?
It's a challenge because, for example, nowadays with keywords and things like this, you need to be very strategic on words, right? This is one. So I understand that the word coach in Brazil has gone very badly because, of course, as in every area.
Mindset is another word that actually went all the way down, because when you use it, when you don't know what you're talking about.
And that's a buzzword, right? Yeah. And people start using wrongly and without property and without knowing and without studying properly. So I understand that in Brazil, anyone is called coach, right?
What about here? Is it the same story?
It's not the same. So that's why, for me, it's really challenging that this assumption, or not assumption, but this feeling that the Brazilian market has with the word coach, because of course, there we had some issues with some known people in Brazil that they didn't even study for coaching. Or
it's like
I did a 1 year degree, like some people, they don't do degrees or they do 3 days degrees and they think they can be a coach.
True.
Oh, sorry, I said that.
But it's like, that's okay, but it's like any other profession. Like in Ireland, it's really hard for me to find a good mechanic.
Is it?
To repair, not good, like the good mechanic I'm saying is like a person who just fix the car. Instead of just creating more problems. Oh. So, yeah.
But, I get you. And in Brazil, this word got very, very bad in the market. But here, no. The coaches here are very praised. The word coach is not a problem. So in Brazil, people are starting to change their names. They are not any longer coach. They are trainers. They are career strategists. Things like this.
That's a good one. I like that name.
I like
career
that.
strategist. I like it.
But the problem is, coach, I believe, embraces more life and business rather than if you say career strategist or life strategy wouldn't be so well. So for myself, it's hard because I have a Brazilian target market, right? But I'm also now working a lot with the Irish market. So I'm working with some institutions, organizations here, and the word coach is okay. So I'm keeping both, and I'm taking the chance of being hated or loved. Hopefully, I will change the way people perceive coaches now. Maybe, I don't know. Hopefully.
Well, you certainly changed my way because, as I said, I've been through a couple of situations. Yeah. One of them was actually fine. It didn't add much, but it was actually fine. It was pleasant enough. But there's one that I had such a bad experience, man. It was a very expensive one, and when we got there, the first and only time that we actually met face to face, and the person that was attending me at the time, she actually said that I should change my voice because my voice is very deep, and that's why I wasn't getting hired. And I'm like, okay,
don't change her voice.
Are you gonna say to an Asian person that they have to be more European? Yeah, because come on, that's something that comes in the package. That's me.
Yeah, that's you.
That's one of the things, and there's a lot of things involved. But anyway, and then I said, okay, that only proves that this word is how can I say, charlatão.
No, but I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that in Ireland, at least in Europe, they have more of the intellectual property. They know this word very well. So you have a land in which you can't produce this much. It's not that arable, but you have like intellectual property. You have writers, politicians. Like you have the whole movement here. So I think it's easier to present like a coach service over here than in Brazil. That our needs are many people. Their needs are food, shelter. It's like basic primary needs. Like if you take the Maslow pyramid, in Brazil we're in the close to the bottom.
Yeah.
Over here, it's like we talk about spirituality. It talks about something more, something else. You know. Do you think this is the case with your work, with your job over here?
I have the impression, yes, because especially coaching was something really spread in America first, right? So
yeah.
Here there are so many American companies and this kind of thing. So I think that there is a culture already that started within companies first, right? And I think that here in Europe, people are use it already for a longer time to work with mentors, coaches and things, right? I think that in a way, don't take me wrong, but like in Brazil, most of people don't have the luxury to be able to spend on this kind of things because
the acquisition power plus things are quite expensive.
Exactly.
And the salaries are very low, so you kind of it's a luxury. It is a luxury. You're right.
It is a luxury. So here I think people they are more used to the culture of coaching is developed a longer time, and I think it's more embraced on their day-to-day. They are more used to it from companies, but also expanding to life.
Yeah.
And also, like, I think that because of the level of life of people being able to spend a little bit more, I think here is more spread. So was something more popular for a longer time for more people. So I think it well set the foundations, like people already know, rather than in Brazil. It was something starting from for rich people or those coaches that the coaches offer like to make money, and I think it started with too many influencers as well that changed a little bit the perception of things.
So
nice.
It is nice. Yeah, right? I love the cuffs.
I'm really loving the
handcuffs.
Oh, yeah. Wait, should I run now?
They're not mine, so I don't know.
I just found it here.
This is not to put people under pressure here, right?
No.
If we don't say what we want, we're gonna...
It's the opposite. It's to relax them. Oh man, shut up.
Yeah, look at the I love this light. Yeah.
Yeah, and we even have a pet.
We do have a pet. The pet's not a set pet. She's gonna show up eventually.
Yeah, show
Eventually.
up, buddy.
Melissa,
Yes.
something I asked you before, and
You sure gonna ask her
I think
this?
you have a lot of ideas about it. What are the biggest challenges? Because I know I have friends, good people that are business owners, and they have they have their own path.
Yeah.
And
Ross, Rachel, Chandler.
Russ, they're examples. Okay, they're just
friends.
some examples. They're not even the most important ones. Okay, so
Okay.
when those friends are advertising something to me about friends of them, I think it's good, and I would trust those people first.
Yeah.
So I try my best to make sure that my friends see that other friends of mine have business and stuff going on. And we kind of spoke quickly about this briefly before, and you said it's a challenge, actually. Not everyone does that. So how would you see this? Because from my point of view, it shouldn't be that hard, This is a big support that friends and whoever can do. Like, just sharing information. If you're posting a video or reels or something, share that, because someone is gonna see and they might go, that's exactly what I need at this moment. I'm gonna talk to this person because I trust her already. She's a friend of my friend.
Exactly.
So yeah, you said that's kind of a challenge.
Yeah, well, the conversation I think we had was around like the lack of support, perhaps.
Yeah.
I really think that small business, like when you're starting, like I'm a small business, it's only myself, and I think that when it started, if all your friends, for example, could help posting, sharing, advertising, because that's what you said. Maybe I will go for a service. Even maybe I might be reluctant about codes, for example.
Yeah.
But if my friend that I trust, I understand how they function, is saying that this is good or something, I might be willing to change my mind, right? So I think that not everybody perceives that a sharing, a comment, spreading the word.
It makes a huge difference.
So
With
important.
the algorithm and everything.
Exactly.
A simple like can actually change whatever you're feeding.
And we just have one mom, right? So just moms liking this. Just no, please. We have friends. We need friends as well.
Well, my mom doesn't watch this.
No. My one probably will. She won't
Yeah.
understand, but she
I'm
will.
gonna
and
make
she likes
her
it.
Yeah,
watch
that's
it.
nice. She will understand. We're gonna
Yeah.
put subtitles on it. So.
Oh,
Mom, I'm gonna make you watch
Where's
it.
Setcast?
Thank
Setcast
you.
around.
But
Yeah.
basically, I really think that small contributions, like it's a small thing to people to do.
Yeah.
But sometimes a share in LinkedIn, a share in so many platforms, they can support you and put a word. And this is a small thing people can do that can help loads, right?
Yeah.
And not everybody has this perception, right? So
But nowadays it's easier with the internet and things like that, because in the past you didn't have this mean of advertising your service or product, and
You would have to pay a lot for that.
nowadays you have videos. You can show people without them touching the product.
Yeah.
With videos and sound and like the texture, you can hear the texture.
Yeah, you can basically hear the texture. Yeah.
It's crazy. And how do you see like this difference nowadays compared to before? Even though nowadays people are like more focused into their phones, like it's easier to talk to a person in the same house nowadays by texting them instead of going knocking at their door, like bedroom door.
it's crazy.
It is indeed.
It is. If you call somebody, they get offended. It's crazy.
Yeah.
How come? How come we get to these words, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but how
Yeah.
do they advertise it nowadays? Like the friends, do friends help each other nowadays? Do you?
Well, depends. Like I think that people don't realize how can they support businesses and friends' businesses. I think that with the culture of Instagram, of posting stories and collaboration, people are getting to understand how important it is. So I think this is changing a bit. But I think we need to still educate people. Oh, can you post? Can you do something? You know?
Maybe, yeah.
Also, there is another thing in my space, for example, talking about coaching, is an experience. So you cannot show like something I cannot show you a product. This is my product. No, it's the experience. So I really rely on reviews in LinkedIn, for example. So I always ask people to leave me reviews if they can, because whenever people see the sensations, the experience, and the outcomes, they tend to be more willing to close things. So in my case, it's really hard to how can you make a propaganda or a marketing of the
advertisement
of the things people are achieving with you. It's really hard. So people have to be willing to give you a review, a testimonial or something. And not everybody wants to share that, right? Because it's very personal sometimes. So it's not easy. So you need to rely a lot on word of mouth.
Word of mouth is your main...
Is my mainstream until
still.
the moment. But I need to start opening new avenues, because of course I cannot only depend on word of mouth. It's good, but I need to start increasing, right? So I'm looking into paid advertise and collaborations and other partnerships to increase.
Corporative, this kind of stuff.
Yeah, because before, until this was a side business, I was more focused on the end users, so consumers, basically the Brazilian community, Latin American community, doing more CV, cover letters and LinkedIn and preparation for interviews. This was more the service I was delivering. Now that I am full-time and being able to
working with this as a career now, as your company.
So I can prospect more customers. I can prospect different types of customers. So now my focus would be expanding the corporate customers. So delivering workshops, delivering business trainings, delivering some, what's the name? Dynamics. So group dynamics. And things like this. So trying to get more revenue streams from corporate rather than other end users. So would be opening this.
What do you offer on your workshops? What do you think? It depends on you check. You go there and you evaluate what's gonna be delivered, or do you have a package? How does it work?
For the workshops, I have few set workshops, so I already have some certain topics that would be around mental health. Would be around burnout and the importance of understanding what is bullying, what those kind of things. So
inside of a company, in a corporate universe, which is
that's important. Those
very touchy.
But corporate might be very limiting sometimes because you're talking to a group of many people with different creeds and religions and cultures. So how challenging is that? Because you need to deliver the message and you need to get the result. And how is this conversion? How much result can you get?
So basically what I need to do is send always first the content the company has to approve. And what I do is, because I always tailor the workshop, so I can also, so they can approach me and tell me, we are facing X problem, for example, and we need to build up we need to deliver, we want to hire you to do this training. So they can give me the topic, they can give me the outcome they want to achieve. And when I'm assessing those things, so when I do the meeting with the company to understand their needs, what they want to achieve. So we try to assess what goals can we put to make sure that we had some measurements before and after to see if the progress, if it worked or not. Because for me it's important.
Well, you need to have some KPIs in place. That's the thing. And before and then after, evaluating for, let's say, 3 months before and then 3 months after the program.
Even because I need to be able to have another set of services there, so I need to prove my
competence,
exactly,
your effectiveness.
Exactly. And it's important for them as well to see that the value, right, of their money. So they achieve what they wanted. So perfect.
Yeah.
What I do is try to apply the customer success methodology, because in my previous life I was a customer success manager. So I was responsible for onboarding, training customers, and making sure they perceive the value. So that's what I try to apply as much as in my relationships with companies and customers. So if I understand what's value for each company or for each customer, then it's easy to deliver what they want. So that's why you match what they want with what they do for them.
It's basically nice that you had such an experience that actually matches your current choice. But how did you really, when was it that you actually chose, I'm going to work with coach and that's it, that's what I like doing, that's what I want to do.
I'm going to become unemployed. And I'm going to go to pursue my self-employment.
I'll do that.
Because you got to be unemployed. Yeah. You got to live the life of employee to become your own business. So how challenging, how much does it change in your life, in your...
Okay, so starting with your question and getting to yours.
Yeah.
Let me try to see if I remember everything and I can address.
You just have to get the feel because it's the same. Yeah,
That's the challenge, Mara.
that's a challenge.
Yeah.
Through my career, I was in different situations where I didn't feel the best. So there was a particular situation in the company where introduced me to coaching that I was being bullied a lot by a manager. And actually, I spoke about this already once. This manager, he thought that I deserved to be put into coaching because he wants to teach me a lesson. So he wants
as a penalty.
Exactly, he wanted to educate me.
Go there. You're gonna be just sit on the bench and look at the corner. You know, like as old times back in Brazil, guys.
And he was Brazilian.
Was he?
He was.
Okay.
He was
trying
Brazilian.
to apply a penalty to you. Yeah.
So basically, this wonderful man, he was like thinking that I need to be educated because I used to have many questions. So because I always had an inquisitive nature, right? I'm very curious if I don't agree with something or if I don't understand something. Most of all is if I don't understand the reason why, I don't. Sorry about the word, but I don't shut up until I don't understand. I need to ask questions. Like,
so it makes sense. So you can actually work with something that you do understand.
Exactly.
She makes questions all the time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I
found my
Or a
purpose.
podcaster.
You just didn't know by then.
She's either a coach, a podcaster, or a comedian.
Yeah, sometimes as well.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah.
When everything goes wrong, I say I'm a comedian. Hey!
Yeah, that was a joke, guys. A very bad one.
It's a really good skills. Okay, being serious now.
Yeah, we're gonna get there soon. Don't worry, we're gonna talk about this.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I lost myself. Yeah, I found out So this man, he was trying to educate me, so he put me through the coaching session.
Yeah,
they were
he played a
offering.
penalty.
Exactly.
That's funny.
He's Brazilian, man.
He's dead now.
He was his dad.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Wow.
No,
What
better
happened?
not. I even
I wasn't
forgive
paying
him.
attention.
Oh yeah. But what? Okay.
So basically, I got in touch with coaching. It worked so much. Like in the end, he gave me a favor because he gave me my passion. I found my
yes,
passion.
of course.
So he doesn't know how important. Well, he wouldn't know how important he was in this sense to help me out.
What a difference he made! A positive difference he
Yes.
made in your life without knowing.
We don't know it.
He was just
We
being
need
a
to be
jerk.
bad.
And
No,
he was
yeah.
just being a jerk, and he wanted to be a jerk to you, and then he gave you a purpose. Well, not that you didn't have, but like he gave
But
you a
I was
reason.
a bit
That's
like
a coach life.
Yeah.
They take like the shit out of people and convert it into something like very, very fertile.
Yeah.
That's how I started in coach. So the question was why I got there. So because of this man, so I started doing the coaching course, and then this was just a side business. I enjoyed doing this because I could see that in few sessions you bring in clarity to certain areas, people would go wow. So those aha moments with people, they were like, for me, I can do this. So and the effects and the difference I was doing in people's life, I was like, wow, this is a magic tool. So I was very excited. And through my career, so this was back 7 years ago, through my career, I had other situations where I had been bullied a lot. I had situations where I was the only woman around like 20 men, like because I used to work a lot with technical things.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, sometimes you don't have that much of women, right? And I had situations that they were not the best. So also politics within corporate, sometimes they can be a bit frustrating because not always the person who is the most capable might succeed or things might not be so clear. So giving so many situations and also giving through my values and the willingness I wanted to help people, because at times, even myself, that having the coach background, I would feel very demotivated within a company. So I didn't want to be just there just to get the money. And because it started to pick it up, like in this side business, I started to have more customers, people started coming back to me. So I said, wow, this is working.
Yeah.
So I set up my company 3 years ago, although I wasn't working with that. So I said, because I love that so much, but I need stability, I said, I will start building up slowly until I can.
That's very reasonable.
Yeah, because it's really hard. Like,
She's
we all
a
have bills to
reasonable
pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try.
I was gonna ask you that, like, how prepared you have to be in order to become unemployed and pursue your
But man,
own-
are you ever gonna be ready enough?
I don't.
Like-
You just have to
I don't
just
think.
dive in.
Yeah, but like, do you need like some certain some sort of financial reserve, or do you just need like to be here like ready with your knowledge and just face it?
I think it's a bit of both. So
Both.
depends. You need to know yourself
Yeah.
first. The more you know yourself, the more you know how you operate, what's important for you. So, for example, for myself, stability is something huge. Like, so for me, losing the fixed income and not knowing what to expect, this is something that really triggers me.
Yeah.
And this is something I get to understand with years of self-knowledge, self-developing, understand myself. So now that I know this, I know how can I manage myself. So I know that when things are uncertain or there is not much predictability, I might get anxious, I might get stressed, I might go into overthinking, things like this. So, but because I know that, I kind of,
You can work on that.
Exactly.
She's a human after all.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, I haven't taken it yet. Although I wish I had a ChatGPT in my mind. Anyway, so basically, I prepare myself to this moment, but you never get prepared enough. Even if I know I prepare myself, I don't think it was prepared enough. But for my experience, for the way I operate, so I had a finance reserve, so that way I could get adapted until I build up. I had a plan, so I have few strategies in place, so that way I can see that I'm prospecting customers and hopefully close that, right? Yeah. And also what I did was trying to create a reputation, a brand from years before. Mm-hmm. And now that, for example, I give an example, it's so funny because there is a recruiter that she was the person who put me in touch with my previous company. So she was a headhunter, she found me. And now a few days ago she contacted me, she
was looking for your services.
No, she was. I know you're not working anymore. Are you looking for job?
Okay.
And I applied and said, well, not really now. Now I'm working in my company. Can I send you my business then?
Yeah,
I sent to
nice.
her, and now we are collaborating.
Wow, that's amazing.
But now she knows. Like she knows me from before.
Yes.
So then it's easier. So I built up a reputation. So I am not anymore like just one more coach. I am the person she knows. So I'm Melissa. So I think that's important you to build relationships.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Before.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Melissa, you said something about stability.
Oh yeah.
What's stability for you? Because in my opinion, stability, like you have a job, like you're an employee. I love this word, employee. And like you don't have stability in real life, let's say, because the company might shut down.
I know.
Something in the economy might happen. Like what can you say for people that are just like they want to get out of their life like that stability, but they're not brave enough, or they didn't hear something like motivational enough, like to trigger them and to make them go for it.
So basically, if stability is something, I should have said not stability. I should have said predictability.
Predictability.
Exactly. Thank you. Sometimes my language doesn't
It's okay,
work.
mine as well.
Depends on the amount.
And that's why we're doing it in English, because we want to fog our brains.
We know at least 2 or 3 languages. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're troglodytes.
Very arrogant.
Everyone here is troglodyte.
Troglodytes are arrogant.
So I would say that if you have a dream,
Yeah.
to become and do something that you love, if money is something really important, well, we all have to pay bills, of course. I think you can build up other revenue streams, basically, to support your goal. I think that when you have a big goal, like becoming an entrepreneur, you need to put supporting mechanisms to help you. Don't abandon the goal. So let's say...
Give us an example in real life, because
what is the mechanism that you would use in your case?
In real life, because we hear people saying about coaches about life and this and that. Oh, you gotta do this and this and that, but they never give us like a real.
But it's very subjective. It depends on
because
the
it depends
person
on each
and
case and this and that. But like something.
But you can
simple.
give us someone as an example. No one's gonna know who the person is, but something that crosses your mind. Yeah, that's a nice thing. A person that you could mention, a situation that you can mention as an example.
Okay, so I know people that they had a big goal. They wanted to save some money. Just with their work, with the money, they wouldn't save much. So people start doing brigadeiro, for example. People start doing coxinha or pão de queijo, which are nice Brazilian foods.
Yeah,
they start selling. So this is an extra revenue stream.
Yeah,
that might become your business or not. But this is something extra you can do. For example, if you speak an extra language, like there was a time that I was teaching Spanish, and I can still teach Spanish.
Course.
So
that's an adds on. Like you make money out of it, even though you have something. Of course.
For example, if you are a good, everybody has certain abilities that you can monetize on it. Maybe you just don't know how you can monetize or what are your abilities, so then you need a coach again.
But what if you are a door? You don't know any skills, anything like that. Should you start working and studying, or how should you start proceeding?
No, people have skills, they just don't know. But
that's the thing. That's fair. That's the point.
There's some people
that have skills and don't know about them.
They have skills. People say they are not creative, but
they
are very,
sometimes are.
No, sometimes all the time, especially during gossips. Like they give so much detail. Like what the fuck, man?
Man, that's so much true.
I know, we are creative, buddy.
The logo of my company is a triangle. Why? Because I really believe that depending on the angle.
Are you Illuminati?
That's what I thought straight away, and I said I'm gonna shut up but then Santiago was here.
Freemasonry.
We don't need to open our house or
Are you a woman? Are you a Freemason? Okay, so yeah.
But no, I'm not Illuminati. But what I was saying is that I really believe that
it's a scheme.
Everything has so many.
I'm joking, it's okay. So it's a triangle.
Why? Because I really think that depending the angle, so everything has so many different angles. Okay. So a situation happening here, if I see from here, I will have an angle. Santiago's gonna have another angle. You're gonna have another one, and the pet's gonna have another.
Yeah, and whoever is any position on any of your point's gonna have a different one. And there's something else that is the truth, which is all of them combined plus others.
Yours is a triangle. Mine is a mountain. It's like every time I see a mountain, I was driving one of these days, the crazy van driver, and I saw a mountain, and I was like, it's so beautiful, and this and that. And then I was driving a bit further, and there was like another view. And then I was, imagine that house over there. They have another view.
But a mountain is a triangle. It can be seen like that.
Yeah, it can be. But the thing is, depending on where you are, you see different things. You see different perspectives. You see.
So depending on where you are in your mood, depending where you are in life, depending where you are, where are you in spirit levels,
close people, everything.
Yeah.
So you can change what you think. You can change what how you perceive things. It's just a matter of an angle.
I know.
It's depending the angle and your adaptability to.
You probably use some tools
that
are from psychology and therapy. You probably have some tools that you use for doing the job that you do.
You want to hear something shocking?
Something shocking.
Very shocking. I used to study coaching and neuroprogramming.
Exactly.
Neuro-linguistic programming.
NLP.
Yeah. NLP, yeah. And that was it. Like we had many therapists over there, psychologists, and they were amazed by the results because it's like it's a conversation. You make the client, the patient. What's the name?
Client, right?
Yeah, patient because you gotta be very patient as well. So you gotta,
if you will,
you gotta make progress. So the thing is, with one session or two or three, depending on the case, you sort things that in the traditional therapy you would take like weeks or months, and God forbid me to say that they make money out of it or not, but it's I don't know.
Starting a OR now.
It depends on what kind of therapy you're talking about.
I like it.
There is quick therapy as well. If you're just gonna treat the symptoms, not the cause, there's quick ones as well. So maybe you use those tools.
So that's good, interesting. Yeah.
When I'm working with coaching clients, I normally mix NLP because I also have this background, and I really think that the power of putting coaching and NLP together is really powerful, because on NLP you work on your beliefs, in your inner thoughts, how you perceive yourself. So it's really powerful what you can achieve. So I really think that NLP is amazing for confidence and how you perceive yourself, your abilities, to change the perspectives, to change, like I like to say, to change the ship, right? The mindset, which is another word that's complicated to use, but it's a mindset. It's a way of seeing life. It's a way of seeing yourself. It is reinventing yourself, because you can reinvent yourself
over and over
every day if you wish.
Even our cells are regenerate, and like after 3 years, around 3 years, we don't have the same cells we used to have in our bodies.
Not even the head.
We're another person.
Biologically speaking,
Yeah. Who am I to say those kind of things? But yeah.
And this is one of the things I love of in coaching, is that people can reinvent themselves every day. And this is what I try to show people, that don't limit yourself. Don't give yourself the first no. Like, if you have a dream, if you are reasonable enough, if you put goals, if you break down things, you can achieve whatever you're up to and you really want to. But you really need to really want to. Otherwise, no.
But the most important thing is that you do act like a mirror, which is like, it's part of what a therapist does.
Yeah.
Because even though the person has everything and has the qualities and has the strengths, they cannot see it. You show them in a quick way, and because you have other tools.
Yeah.
And kind of help them with guiding into whatever you have to do. So that's it. You do use some very, very powerful tools adequated to other tools, and you combine them and deliver a service. What do you think is very important for a person to have so they can be a good coach?
First of all, I think empathy, because you need to really resonate, you need to create a safe space, and you need to make people feel comfortable enough, otherwise they don't open up. And if people don't open up, it's really hard to work with them. So you need to create that rapport, right? And I really think that when you have empathy, you really resonate, you can adapt, so you can understand what they are going through. The second thing would be active listening, because sometimes people say things, but sometimes they don't really say it. Sometimes they just, so you have to have this kind of grasping in between the lines. So it's not just listening, but it's proper
paying attention. Being
there.
Hearing.
It's being there, basically. It's really putting your full attention there.
It's listening,
yeah.
And sometimes really hard, because you cannot judge, you cannot put yourself in their shoes. Like, you really have to be very careful, and at the same time make them feel very comfortable, because they cannot feel that you're having an opinion, right? So I really say that's empathy most of all.
Empathy,
yes.
Being honest.
Yeah.
Honestly empathic, I'd say, because you can't pretend being that.
Exactly.
And it's something like for somebody who wants to become like a coach, it's a new experience full of new adventures.
Oh, yeah.
Like becoming a comedian. How is this experience like for you?
How come we got that, right?
Oh, well.
She's a comedian.
We were going to get there anyway.
Of course. Wait and see.
Well, I was tired of being just a clown of my own life,
I'll tell you about it.
I monetize my clownness.
People always told me I'm funny the way, because lots of shit happens in life, right? Of course. Mm-hmm. And I really think that one of the virtues that I have is trying to laugh about things rather than crying. Well, I cry a lot as well, because I think that when you need to cry, you cry. Yeah. But I like to try to see the positive side of things, so I applied neuro-linguistic programming to myself in a comedy way. So it was kind of a self-defense a bit. I think that my comic side was my self-defense, because I think that when you make fun of yourself first than others do, maybe you are stopping the others, or you're controlling more things.
Or maybe you were saying things in a way that when you make fun of things and you actually have this point of view that I'll have some fun with it. When you actually, depending on what it is, of course, and depending on how it affects you and people around.
The environment,
Yeah.
Sometimes you might shock people.
Yeah.
It's pretty normal.
If that's okay for you and that's something you take as a funny thing, even if people start taking the piss out of it, then it's going to be fun anyway, because you're already accepting it as funny.
It's not that important anymore. Like,
you reduce the importance of it. Therefore,
as well. And then when you take things, when you take the heavy weight of things, when you're able to make fun of things that easier to be dealt with in your life. So I think that becoming a comedian also was a way to be able to express things that I was afraid to express sometimes. Also was a way to show that a coach, that's something that sometimes you need a reputation and things like it is. I don't like to say that people cannot be two things. Like, you can be whatever you want to be.
We're a lot of things, right?
Yeah, you
we're
can have
so many
hats.
things. We have so many masks for each situation of our lives. Why would you feel like you're a clown in your own life? I think you deserve that.
Oh, thank you. I love that.
Please, of course you
Let me
must.
see that.
Does it smell good?
It suits you, you know?
I think it does.
Does it smell good?
really-
Because she took from the back pocket.
I took it from my ass.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
But I washed it today.
Oh, fine.
Okay.
Fine.
Why did you take it out? You should wash again.
Should I stay with that?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well,
Tell us about it.
well, the comedy. Okay. Like, I always wanted to do stand-up, because when I was living in Barcelona for a while, before the pandemic, there was... no, okay, I will put it.
Put your Pac-Man in your
I
nose.
was asked very nicely, gently way to put my clown.
Yes.
So I will speak, okay?
Yeah.
Where is with my nose? So basically,
Texas way. Yeah.
I really think my
It bothers, I suppose, yeah.
it feels like it's going out.
It does like this.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
You talk like me.
Yeah.
Well, I can keep it that.
Septum deviation.
But basically, my family is a very funny family. We laugh a lot, and I really think that when you are able to laugh about things that happen to you is a quality.
Of course.
It brings a little bit of like lightness, because life is already too hard, you know.
It drinks
So-
or it brings?
Huh?
It drinks or it brings?
It brings, but you can drink as well.
Drinks
if you
a bit
want.
of light.
Yeah. You can always drink.
Mm.
Like you do now.
Yeah.
Nice coffee. Brazilian.
Really
By
nice
the
coffee.
way, what do you think, guys, there is in the magic mugs?
Yeah. Groselha?
Secret mugs.
Yeah.
Nobody can guess what's in mine.
P? Yeah.
Or number 2.
Or number 2?
No,
Right.
Hi.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
But you're okay, but that's the point.
Yeah.
When you take things in a light way, it means they don't affect you.
Exactly. Or if they do affect you, like, it's easier to handle.
Exactly, you have,
means
you have
a-
less friends, you know. Friends go away because you're joking too much around. And they don't like it.
Well, it depends on people and on things. I mean, there's a lot of factors involved, but when you take things, when you have an approach where you laugh about things, you know, that's good, because that means whatever, even if it's hurtful, you can look at it. That's already a coach shit. You can look at it on the other way, and you can say another triangle, an angle, and stuff.
Another pyramid, another skin.
So you're already exercising this skill of seeing things on different angles, and if you can see fun on something, wow, you can reinvent yourself. You can but you can rephrase things, reframe things.
Reframe. Yeah.
Exactly. And when you change the impact of something to you, or how you see things, you are changing a completely situation, or how it impacts you. So I think this is a really key skill to have. And the comedy brought me that even more. So at the beginning I was afraid because a coach, a career coach has to have a certain reputation. How come you're going to go there in the stage and talk about sometimes bullshit, right? Because
you're a person, you have dimensions.
Exactly. Many funny situations happens to me and I need to bring them. So, and with that, I want people first to see that a coach or an executive or wherever you are, you can also be a comedian. You can also do other jobs in your spare time. No, there's no problem with that. So people are very attached with reputation. So this is one thing I want to break down a bit, because in this stage, I'm the comedian.
Yeah.
When I'm a customer, I'm with my customers. So it's different setups, and the same person can do these different things.
So playing both sides, but in the morning you're a coach, and at night you're the opposite of a coach. That's it.
But I can bring a little
Well,
bit.
the point is, she brings joy.
Joy, yeah, thank you.
She brings joy.
She's like wine. She brings joy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And gets better each year.
Yeah. And it's in the Bible.
Much nicer way to put it.
No, but that's the point. Melissa is a soul that she brings. She has this light, and then that's probably one of the reasons why you're a comedian, because you make
happiness.
me laugh every time I go to. I see you there up on the stage. You make me laugh, and you make other people laugh.
Fingers, yeah.
Tickles, and the coaching part. I think it's always a lot of this that you have that make people trust you. Whatever you are, you can put it out, and you can make people see that you're gonna help them because you want to help them, and they are gonna trust you enough to see themselves through your eyes, and then they start changing.
I think that people sometimes they just need somebody to see them. So people they need attention first. Sometimes they need to be seen, and they need to be perceived, and they need sometimes just somebody to reflect what they cannot see, because they might be so low in confidence, they might be going through problems, they might be like, I don't know, in a company or in a job that they're being bullied, or somebody's telling you you're not good enough, and then they're super good, but maybe they're just not on the right environment, on the right place. And then you start, sometimes if you don't have the perception, and it happened to me, I had situations very recently in companies where I was really heavily bullied with somebody saying that my English was awful, and the person was not even a native speaker, that I started to doubt my confidence on my English, which is not the best, but it's not the worst, because we are here today, right? So, but I started to doubt myself, and I was like, and I am a coach. I know my confidence is high, I can work on things, and I was starting to doubt myself. So it can happen to anybody, even if you have the skills, because we are human. So sometimes I also go down. So if I have the tools that I have, and I can also sometimes perceive myself doubting myself, imagine who doesn't have the skills or doesn't have those tools. So
or
that's
has
why
a lot of trauma behind that they have not learned how to deal with yet.
Exactly.
So
We are 8 billion people here in this planet, and we just need one person to change our day, either for good or for bad.
yes, that's true. Yeah.
And like, speaking of which, what was the worst situation you had in your career as a coach? Like the cost to a client that shouldn't be using that tool, and the one that was like the best case you had, like not even you believed in so much result.
Okay. Can I start with the good results?
Up to you.
It's happening now. I'm working in a pilot project, so I cannot give much details, but I collaborate with 2 organizations, and one of them gives support to migrants, refugees, and other minorities. And I've been volunteering with them for a year and something already, and it was volunteering, right? Now they assign me a project which is not any volunteer anymore, and if it's with a certain minority, people with disabilities.
Wow, cool.
Yes.
Can we go there, Mara?
Yeah, I think you can. Maybe I'm kidding, man. Stop.
Me too.
And this is still a pilot. But the progress I'm seeing in people confidence. So this minority, we have a crisis in Ireland. We don't have enough people to help them. We don't have enough mentors. We don't have enough, like, all the supportive. Like, today I was coming here and I heard on news saying that there is so much waiting on the diagnosis that.
I was watching the movie yesterday, and then those YouTube ads and stuff. There was this ad where people were saying that they were wishing. I hope that people. A lot of people standing up to saying. But basically, they were talking about people with disabilities, and the majority, what I could perceive from the advertisement, mental disabilities. But they were saying about the lines and about being treated only if you belong, like if you're living close to Dublin itself or something like that. Is that what you're talking about?
Exactly.
That's insane. I watched it 3 times and I didn't skip because I was like, man, what the fuck?
And these people, they don't have enough support. They don't have enough like mechanism because it's just not enough what we have in the country. And I am doing career coaching program with them, and where I'm working the most with them is on confidence. Because after having so much no's, hearing so much no's, they are so low, and seeing the progress of, like, I have certain people telling me that they didn't remember the skills they had.
Yeah.
And
they don't know themselves anymore.
Yeah.
Exactly, because they start to see themselves like the market does. So they don't see anymore what they are really.
Yeah.
So it's been amazing work, and I'm so delighted to see like the joy on their faces after, And maybe they might not get a job right now because life is not easy. Like we don't have enough support for them. But at least if they can see themselves in a different way and perceive themselves in a different way, I think that they can change behaviors, perspectives. And go.
I would like to volunteer that. Let's talk about it later.
Yes,
that's
definitely.
cool.
Definitely.
Very cool. Very nice
cool.
project.
I
What's
don't
the
say
most
anything
rewarding
because
thing?
right now I'm
This
out of
is
time.
really
But
rewarding.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and people complain about life, So when I finish those sessions, sometimes I go like things they are achieving, and I go like, and I know so much people complaining about their life, and they have everything, Like
I know, like people complaining they took the wrong roads
I
to
know.
arrive in place. White people's problems.
Yes,
It happens sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect, Like we are all human.
We are humans
But
after
we
all.
have
Very
good
internal,
friends.
this joke. That's very internal. That's a very internal joke. Melissa,
From inside
for her
out.
to get here today.
I got lost and I got pissed off with me. I wanted to be on time.
And she missed a couple of streets, and then she had to
Yeah.
come
Many
back
times.
2 streets.
And her car is big.
Many times?
Yes.
I didn't know.
So I was there. That's why I got me pissed off because I was like, "Are you stupid, Melissa?" And I was like having these amazing talks to me. This cannot work sometimes well. It goes like,
It's like having the devil and the angel.
Yeah.
Oh, come off it.
You come off it. You infinity.
looking for a job is a job itself. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes.
But then again, if you're jobless, just I'm gonna work 4 hours today. And for those 4 hours, you send CVs like a horny person.
Yeah, but tell me who does that? It's
Well,
easier to complain. Easier to say.
It's easier to complain. It's easier not to feed properly. It's easier not to work out. It's easier not to do everything that you have to do. It's easier. But if you want to do something, you have to commit.
Yeah.
So what I try to do now is try to assess their commitment. So I always try to make clear that I will do my best until here. But there is a certain part you need to do, and then don't, because the bad customer ever. You ask me, I had people say, I had once people telling me, I did a CV, but I didn't get a job. Fine, let's talk. What was your approach? How many jobs did you apply for? Right, per day? How many hours did you dedicate it? What were your behaviors like? Are you getting approached and you're not getting interviews, or what is it?
Are you adapting your cover letter? Are you changing the wording for the CV depending on the position you want to apply for?
Exactly, because you need to do some customization and things like not huge, but you need to do certain work, and the person was I'm applying, and then the answer was I got 4 roles maybe in a week, and
Oh well.
maybe that's not perhaps enough, to get to where you want to. So
So you gotta be patient.
yes, sometimes you need to be patient as well, because the market wasn't great until this year we have 2 wars. We had an election happening, like so many factors that we don't control as well. So
wars that affect our lives, because wars are happening every time. Like in Africa, we don't hear about it, but there are many wars over there.
Of course, yes.
Ongoing. So,
but it depends on dimension. Depends on a lot of things.
But the thing is, like, things affect us, and I think that it's important, especially during those times, to invest in self-development.
Yes.
Like coach is one example. Exercising, sleeping well. Sleeping well is really important.
Water.
Oh yeah, at least 2 liters. You gotta flush it out, man.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So yeah, what do you suggest for people who are like stuck? They need to move there in bed, or just like paying attention to us here and not doing anything anymore?
I think that when you are stuck, you lost your purpose, or not. You're not lost, but you're lost. You don't have a clear purpose, so you get distracted. So when you don't know why to wake up in the morning, when you don't have a clear goal, when you don't know what you want to achieve, I think that you might get lost in the way. Anything that happens to you might be fine. You might be not so willing to fight for things, or not be so focused or so assertive, right? So I think that when you're down, or when you're lost, I think trying to find clarity on what do you want to achieve, at least if you cannot see the bigger picture, because sometimes you're so low that you don't see like further than a month, maybe that's fine. Let's think, what can you achieve in a month, and then start growing up. But I think that's important to understand, and having a bigger picture, because it gives you a
dimension.
Yes.
Dimension
and perspective, because if you know what you want to achieve, you know what you need to do today.
Mm-hmm.
So, but when you don't know what you want to achieve, so maybe you're lost today, so I don't have a bigger goal, so I can do nothing today, and it's fine, because I don't have nothing else that I want to in life, maybe. So people need to believe in themselves. And one of the reasons why I become a coach is because I really think that if you believe in your power, you believe in your skills, and if you really believe in what you're good, so if you can see that you're good in something, I really think that sometimes if you don't believe much in yourself, but you have somebody external that believes in yourself, you just need somebody to believe in yourself.
One person.
You just need one person to believe in yourself.
To see you.
That's the deal.
Exactly.
Okay.
It starts with that one, right?
Yeah.
Because that one can give you the perspective you are not seeing.
It's not the best person,
and
but it's the important person to get started.
Exactly. And to give you the reassurance that you need to fix your bases and get started. So I really think that this is the power and the beauty of maybe coaches, because you can give people more perspective and make them see what they are not seeing. And sometimes this is the difference between achieving and not achieving, having somebody who trusts you, who believes you, and saw that good in you, right? So I really think that's the beauty of things, and that's what I want people to really think, that the importance of believing in themselves, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody will. And if you try to convince myself, not being convinced enough of yourself, how come I trust you?
Yeah.
How come you come up?
And even if you do, soon enough you're gonna see it's bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like selling a product that is shite, and you try to sell it, but you don't believe in the product at all.
And even if you do sell it, soon enough you're gonna come back and say, look, this is shite.
Not pleasant, bro.
Sorry, I feel so home that I took out my
Feel free.
Right.
Yeah, I'm only not taking it out because it's, it's a lot of work. Yeah, cheers, because that's you.
Começa com sapato. Esse é o Setcast. Tratando bem os seus convidados.
Ai, caralho. They are gorgeous.
We're in, as they say, a free country.
Yes.
So, yeah. Gonna drink some water. Today I'm really nervous.
Well, Melissa, thank you very much for today. Guys, this is what you're gonna have in Setcast. Melissa's, follow this woman. If you don't want to have a new job now, if you don't believe in coaches or anything, man, just give this woman a chance. She has a lot of very interesting posts and actually content in Instagram.
Yeah.
Very nice. And you know what? Whatever you see, whatever you follow is going to end up showing up to your colleagues and friends. So you never know who might want it and might need it.
Most common questions like how to do the CV or how to apply for a job here in Ireland. It's very basic, but
That's very basic.
it could be very tricky.
It could be, and then she has all the answers on Instagram. To be honest, she has many. Well, I looked into a lot of things, and I think it's amazing your content there.
What's your Instagram page?
My
So
Instagram-
they can follow the tips and can learn more about it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have 2 different pages, yes, because I have one more dedicated to the Brazilian community, which is in Portuguese, so would be the name of my company, which is coachingclosetoyou.pt in Portuguese. And the English page, that would be coachingclosetoyou.en, that would be the English page. I also have my website, which is coachingclosetoyou.com. And yeah, there you can find my email, my WhatsApp, you can contact me anyway. The only thing I always ask is that if you are really committed with yourself, let's work together. But if you're not really committed to change and to work in yourself, then that's not the moment. So
Don't talk
really,
to her. That's it.
You don't tell her.
Yeah.
but
Just follow and look at the tips.
Yes.
That's gonna slowly change your mind into the point that you're gonna go and say, okay, I'm ready now, because that's how it works. It's all about being ready and feeling ready for
and
it.
and
understand what's going
connecting
on.
with the person, because I think that people work better with different
Stimulus.
stimulus. So there are people that might resonate a lot with what I say, with my way of thinking, because I also think that my personality helps in certain ways. But there might be certain people that might not resonate with me, and it's okay. So might be the case you need another coach. But I think that getting to know my work can help you to establish some connection and to see if you resonate or not, if we can work together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. And Close to You, I think, is a good name for your brand, because that's the approach.
Thanks for having me. I love to be here. I really appreciate the opportunity, and happy to be here whenever you need me.
Yes,
So-
you gotta come back to talk about the new project.
Yeah.
Yes,
Good luck.
thank you.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna make way more questions,
Okay.
more elaborate ones. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Then I'm afraid to come back.
Tricky ones.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
everyone. And
And guys, if you want to keep on following us, we have
they
our Instagram
don't want
page.
anything. Keep following us, because I'm sure
Yeah,
you're gonna
don't
have
want-
content, different people, different business. I'm sure you're gonna go and I would like to know more about it, or more about that person, someone
Yeah.
or someone's.
You know that conversation, you never have time with that person because that person is always busy. But then we bring this person here
Yeah,
and
that's
they talk
it.
everything you want to hear. So
That's
it,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Like that.
Yeah, me too.
I need to watch the next episodes. I'm already looking forward to see that.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be a
you for-
surprise.
It's gonna be a surprise.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, guys, and see you soon. See you in the next episode. Who's it gonna
yeah.
be? And
Who's it
what
gonna
do
be?
we have inside Santiago's mug tonight?
And yours. And yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God knows.
God knows.
Yeah.
God knows.
Thanks,
you,
guys.
Have a nice
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Can I be alcoholic and put more water?
Yeah.
Ok.
Water.
Caraca, tô nervoso. Vou beber um pouco de água.
Quem vai me introduzir e o que eu falo?
Ah, tem isso?
Bota meu negócio aqui, ó. Na face.
Nossa, que alto.
Na
Nossa.
Alto e bem.
Nossa, que grosso. Ai, que delícia.
Castanholas.
Jovi, Jova.
Cada dia eu te quero mais. Jovi. Cada dia eu te quero mais.